One of the things I really do believe is we can sort of tell who the good guys are by who is spreading information and who is trying to keep information from the public. And yesterday, I just was watching the way everybody's reacting to this FBI story. Now, I have not made up my mind about exactly what is happening to the FBI, and I have absolutely no doubt that there are Republicans who are seizing on suspicious stuff at the FBI to try and hamper Robert Mueller, in his investigation of the make-believe Russian thing. I mean, the make-believe Russian thing, it now seems that Robert Mueller is investigating obstruction of justice without having proved that there's actually a crime to obstruct, which apparently is legal. Apparently, you can accuse somebody of obstructing justice without there actually being a crime to obstruct. But it just seems ridiculous to me at this point. On the other hand, he does seem to be moving forward very quickly. He's made overtures to the president himself, who I assume will be the last guy that he would do it, but who he would talk to before coming to a conclusion. But Andy McCarthy over at National Review has been talking about this, and he's just, he's a former federal prosecutor, so he has really good insights in this. And he points out the fact that I have said something like this, but he has done it in a much more informed way. He points out the fact that Obama is the head of the snake here, the guy who would have been responsible, for instance, for ditching the Hillary Clinton investigation, would not have been the FBI, and it would have been Peter Strzok. It would have ultimately been Obama. And he says, he's talking about the fact that in the Peter Strzok emails with his mistress, Lisa Page, they were having this adulterous affair, which I notice nobody in the mainstream media talks about. That was why they were sending back these text messages back and forth. They pointed out that blandly sinister Attorney General Loretta Lynch did know, in spite of what Comey had told Congress, that Lynch did know that Comey was going to clear Hillary, and when she met with Bill Clinton on the tarmac in that famous meeting, she knew that, and she was basically passing that on, that you were in the clear. That we don't know that, but that's what it looks like right now. So all this leads back to Obama, and here's Andy McCarthy talking about this at National Review. He says, after the New York Times broke the story that Hillary Clinton had this secret email server, just after the New York Times broke the news about Clinton's email practices of the State Department, John Podesta, obviously a top Obama advisor and Clinton's campaign chairman, emailed Cheryl Mills, Clinton's confidant and top aide in the Obama State Department, to suggest that Clinton's emails to and from the president, Obama, should be held, not disclosed, because of executive privilege, which is really interesting in and of itself. But at the time, the House committee investigating the Benghazi jihadist attack was pressing for production of Clinton's emails. And as his counselors grappled with how to address his own involvement in Clinton's misconduct, Obama went on CBS and gave the following interview. We have this cut.
Learned that Hillary Clinton used an email system outside the U.S. government for official business while she was Secretary of State.
At the same time, everybody else learned it through news reports.
Were you disappointed?
Let me just say that Hillary Clinton is and has been an outstanding public servant. She was a great Secretary of State for me. The policy of my administration is to encourage transparency. And that's why my emails, the BlackBerry that I carry around, all those records are available and archived. And I'm glad that Hillary is instructed that those emails that had to do with official business need to be disclosed.
Well, you say that you have the most transparent administration ever. You said it again just a couple of weeks ago.
It's true.
How does this square with that?
Well, I think that the fact that she's going to be putting them forward will allow us to make sure that people have the information they need.
So he didn't hear about this until it came out in the press. But we know this to be a lie because under a pseudonym, he had sent almost 20 emails to Hillary Clinton on her secret server. So right after the interview aired, now I'm reading Andrew McCarthy again at National Review, Clinton campaign secretary Josh Sherwin emailed Jennifer Palmieri and other senior campaign staffers stating, Jen, you probably have more on this, but it looks like POTUS just said he found out Hillary Clinton was using her personal email when he saw it on the news. Sherwin's alert was forwarded to Mills. Shortly afterwards, an agitated Mills emailed Podesta, we need to clean this up. Obama has emails from Clinton that do not say state gov. They don't have the government mailing order on it. So Listen, all I'm saying about this, I don't know what happened. Obama was a master at going on TV and basically giving instructions to his underlings on TV, because he went on to say, remember, she had no intent, so she wasn't doing anything criminal. That was what Obama said on TV. And then, of course, that was how Peter Strzok, the guy who writes these text messages, that was how he rewrote Comey's statement about Hillary Clinton, that she had no intent and therefore it wasn't criminal, which isn't legally true. So all of this stuff is just to say, look, I don't know what happened yet, but it does stink. It smells bad. And any reporter, any real news reporter would do what we saw Bret Baier do yesterday. We goes, whoa, 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 just a minute, run this by me again. What's going on? Would send people to dig, would send people to ask questions. Listen to the way the mainstream media, by which I mean the networks, play this. ABC didn't cover it for 3 days. CBS and NBC did cover it. But this is how they covered it. This is cut number 6.
As Mueller's investigation moves along, the campaign to undermine him is also moving full steam ahead. Republicans are seizing on the revelation that the FBI failed to preserve many text messages during a critical 5-month period during the Russia investigation. Senator Chuck Schumer says the focus on text messages is an attempt to divert attention away from the Mueller investigation.
And as the Russia investigation gets closer to the president, he is escalating his fight with the FBI, specifically over some missing text messages between 2 former members of the special counsel Robert Mueller's team.
So are the missing text messages from December 2016 to May 2017 really a bombshell? Democrats call the GOP attacks desperation.
So she said, I love that one where she says, as the investigation gets closer to the president, we don't know that. We don't know whether it's getting closer to the president in any meaningful way, except that he wants to interview him. And then, the president ups his feud with the FBI, which is also not true. The president's been actually kind of quiet about this, though he has pointed out some of this. And Trey Gowdy has been very fair. Trey Gowdy has never attacked Robert Mueller, but he says he wants to know what's in this. And you would think sheer reportorial intellectual curiosity would move these guys to want to know. And I just want to compare that, which was essentially cover-up. That was just running interference for the Democrats and the FBI. That was ABC and CBS doing it. That was CBS and NBC doing it. ABC did the same thing after a silence of 3 days. I want to compare that to Donald Trump. And listen, Donald Trump has said dumb stuff, stuff about Obama's birth certificate. Even he says he didn't believe that at the time, but he did say it. He said all that stuff about Ted Cruz's father. He says he has said things that have lowered his credibility and made it seem like he doesn't care whether he's speaking the truth or not. But he has also been incredibly open and transparent. He will stand in front of the press any time. And yesterday, he walked into a background meeting, surprising the press, and they started peppering him with questions about whether he would talk to Robert Mueller if Robert Mueller wanted to talk to him. So I just want to play this because it is really, it's only audible. It's only audio, I think, but it really is hilarious. Trump at his most hilariously Trumpy as he talks about this. Play cut 1 first.
Are you going to talk to Mueller? I'm looking forward to it, actually.
Do you have a date set?
Do you have a date set? There's been no collusion whatsoever. There's no obstruction whatsoever. And I'm looking forward to it. I do worry when I look at all of the things that you people don't report about with what's happening. If you take a look at, the 5 months worth of missing texts, that's a lot of missing texts. And as I said yesterday, that's prime time. So you do sort of look at that and say, what's going on? Mm-hmm. You do look at certain texts where they talk about insurance policies or insurance, where they say the kinds of things they're saying. You got to be concerned. But I would love to do that. I'd like to do it as soon as possible.
So he's ready to talk. I wouldn't talk to Robert Mueller, by the way, because anything you slip up, anything you mistake, you can be accused of perjury. You can be accused of lying to the FBI. You talk to him under oath. Trump said he talked to him under oath if his lawyers would let him. If I were his lawyer, I wouldn't let him, because even if you slip up, you're the president. If they're out to get you, they can make it look like perjury. But we're going to go to Henry Olsen in just 1 minute. I just want to play one other thing, because it is Trump, again, at his hilariously Trumpiest, making fun of the press, because they will not point out that Hillary spoke completely without, nobody took any notes, nobody swore her in, and the press says, I don't know what happened, I wasn't there, and Trump just makes fun of him. This is, I believe, cut 2, right? Yeah.
Do it under oath, Mr. President?
You mean like Hillary did it under oath? Oh.
Do it under oath?
You said it. You did say it. You say a lot. Did Hillary do it under oath?
I have no idea, but I'm not asking.
I think you have an idea. Wait a minute, wait. Do you not have an idea? Do you really not have an idea? I'll give you an idea. She didn't do it under oath. But I would do it under oath. Listen, but I would do it, and you know she didn't do it under oath, right?
She would do it under oath.
If you didn't do it, if you didn't know about Hillary, then you're not much of a reporter.
So you're going to do it under oath?
Say it.
To reach a higher standard, you would do it under oath.
Oh, I would do it under oath, yeah. Absolutely.
I don't know. I don't know what happened, but he is acting like a man with nothing to hide, and he is running rings around the press who are doing everything, because they are doing everything to hide the fact that the Obama administration, which we do know this, the Obama administration was a corrupt administration that basically ran the federal government like the Chicago city government.